How many of you are thinking about getting a savings account?
You should be raising your hand.
Everyone in this room should start at least thinking about it, because next year when you're seniors, it's going to get real. Because you guys are going to be fresh out of high school, and you're not going to have any kind of savings. What happens if your car breaks down? What happens if you get in a wreck, or if you get laid off? Or your parents say, I'm not helping you anymore, you're financially responsible for yourself, and you're going off to college and you don't have any way to support yourself because you don't have a job yet. This is why you need a savings now, so that when that happens, you have something to safeguard you. And like I said, go based off of what works for you. Don't save $150 if you know you can't. Save 10, save 20. If you save $10 every 2 weeks and you do that for 12 months, you have a pretty good amount of money in there. You know you're going to have that for emergencies. Now, what constitutes an emergency?
You're dying.
Do you think
Not an
your boots are an emergency? Do you think that getting stuff for your truck is an emergency?
This is going to be maybe you get hurt, right? So you have to like get a cast and your insurance isn't going to cover it. Like you have medical bills. That's an emergency. Your aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, they passed away. You got to get out of town for a funeral. That's an emergency. Car breaks down. That's an emergency. Not new shoes, not a new purse, nothing like that. Because you can live without those things, right? Yeah, well, save for it, and then you can have them later. Right? So, when we're talking about being financially fit, I know that you guys are relying on your parents now, which is great. You're in high school. That's really what you should be doing. But I wasn't able to rely on my parents after high school. If I needed something and I didn't have the money for it, I went without it, right? Because I couldn't call and ask them. That's more and more common as we go down the line, right? For generations and generations. Your kids will, hopefully you won't have that problem with your kids. That's what we are hoping, that you are able to have money saved up for emergencies and expenses and live a nice, comfortable lifestyle. But if you don't save and you don't budget, how are you going to do that? You're just going to go, you're going to spend $300 before you know you can't pay your rent. So what kind of unforeseen expenses besides medical and like car repairs did you guys think that you might have? Okay. Do you have renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance? Yeah, you should, right? Doesn't cover everything though, but you have a deductible. If you wreck your car, your house is broken into, car is broken into, your house burns down, you have a deductible that you're going to have to pay, or they're going to pay for it. Right? I think there's a couple more bullet points on there. If you can skip down, get off your phone. Thank you. All right, so.
Go one more.
Yeah, one more. All right, good. So, who here has parents that are retired or grandparents? Anybody? Right? So, do you think were they saving for that? Were they expecting that? 401k, pensions, right? Social Security. By the time you guys are old enough to retire, by the time we're old enough to retire, Social Security is probably not going to be there for us. You need to save for retirement. I know that it seems so far away for you guys, and it seems so far away for me too. But you can start some type of retirement, whether it's $5 every time you get paid. That will add up after over 40 or 50 years in the workforce. Do you want to be working till the day you die? No, neither do I, right? I want to go and travel and like do cool stuff when I'm like 65.
I want to go to Greece.
You want to go to Greece?
Yeah.
I want to go to Paris, right? Who here wants to travel or do something exciting after they retire or after college? Right? You're going to save for that. You're going to have money. So, even if you don't get like a 401k or a pension or a Roth IRA right out of high school, if you can't afford it when you're in college, that's fine. But once you get out of college, that's something that you need to work into your budget, whether it's $5 or $10 every 2 weeks when you get paid, because over that time period, it adds up and you're going to need it in the end. You don't want to be forced to work until you die. Not enjoy your life, right? Not like you could be. Next slide, please. Does anyone have any questions about what we just went over on that slide? Yes.
Yeah,
They
like
do.
CITI, we have 401k, and you get that 6 months after you start. So if they contribute up to 8%, which is more than most companies, you can contribute up to 8% of your paycheck, and it comes out before it's taxed. And whatever you put in, they'll put in. So it doubles that. So if I put in 2%, they're going to put in 2%. So like me last year, I didn't do 401k because I was still in college, and I just couldn't afford it. by the time you retire at 62, 65, you should have a decent amount built up in your 401k for you to retire. With the recession, the way it hit the way it did, more people dove into Social Security than the U.S. government expected. And that safeguard is not going to be there for us, probably. It's a big blank space. Is it going to be around? So there's a chance that we may not have that. So if your company offers a 401k, take advantage of it. Most corporations, big name companies, global companies will offer a 401k.
What happens when you quit or?
It rolls to the next company. And if that company doesn't support a 401k, you can go ahead and cash it out.
Or you can put it in a savings
You
account.
can, or you can transfer it to a bank and get them to put it in a retirement fund for you.
And insurance companies offer, like State Farm, Geico, Progressive,
Yeah.
all those people that you get your car insurance and your homeowner's insurance, they do life insurance, they do retirement, they do all types of things like that, so they can help you invest your money. This is what you're doing with your 401k, you invest it so it functions.
Right. So it's just that getting you guys, your brains turning about it, starting to think about it, because you're going into your very last year of school. And I'm 24, Jane's 25, so I graduated in '08. So it's not been too long ago that we were in school, and nobody told me this stuff. I got a credit card when I was 18. I blew it in like a week. It was a $500 credit line. I never paid it back. No one ever told me how to pay it off. I went shopping. I saw dollar sign. And it stayed on my credit for 7 years. No matter what. It would not come off. And it affected me and impacted me so much to where I had to rebuild my credit. And I've only had credit for 7 years. So you don't want that to happen. You don't want to get put in a position where you didn't know about something because no one told you. So that's what we're trying to do, is let you guys know now. That way at least you're aware of what's going on. Because no one told us. So, you know, we're going to go over goals real quick because we don't have that much time. Who has goals in here? Does anybody have a goal? What's your goal? Have a future? What about you? A what? Animator? That's cool. Who else? Graphic designer, that's awesome.
You all want to graduate next year, right?
Right.
You all have one goal at least.
Everybody
You
wants to
should
graduate,
graduate.
right? Everybody should be raising their hand here. You want to graduate high school. That is very important, okay? So that should be your short-term goal. Get through high school. Come to school, don't skip class, get through high school, then you guys can go to college. And you can be the graphic designer, you can be the animator, you can have a successful career. Just stay on point and stick to your goals, okay?
You look towards please, thank you.
Short-term goals helps you think about what you want to do right away. It helps you manage your time, and upon completion, they can lead to bigger accomplishments. So they lead to long-term goals. Will you hit the next slide, please? Examples of short-term goals are writing a resume, graduating from high school, getting a job, and getting your driver's license. That's a short-term goal. Maybe some of you have that. Maybe some of you are working on that right now. That's a short-term goal. It doesn't take a long time to accomplish that. Long-term goals is something you want to accomplish in the future. So it requires time and planning. So long-term goal is going to take you 2 to 5 years. So all those little short-term goals you're working on, like graduating high school, getting into college, picking a college, is going to lead you to your ultimate long-term goal, which is like mine. I want to buy a house. I've had to graduate high school. I've had to get a job, move up in that job, go to college, graduate college, and then move up in the company I am in now so that I have the finances to buy a house next year. That's taken me at least 5, 6 years to do. It takes many steps to complete a long-term goal, and that's with your shorter-term goals that you're going to be using. Next. Examples of long-term goals can include graduating from college, buying a home, becoming a manager, if that's something you want to do, saving for retirement, or having your own business if you plan to be an entrepreneur. All right, next. Have you guys seen this before? It's the SMART analysis.
Yeah.
So you guys pretty much know what this is.
Yeah.
Who can tell me what specific is?
Like certain goal, not just I want to graduate, but like what do you?
Well, exactly what do you want to do, right? So go ahead and click. So it should be simplistically written and clearly define what you're going to do. It should be black and white. Okay? Next, measurable. Having tangible evidence that you have accomplished should stretch you so you feel challenged, but define well enough so that you can achieve it. Make sure that they're realistic and you know that you can achieve it. One thing I pick on is everybody does the whole New Year's resolution, I'm gonna lose weight thing. How long does that last before we're at McDonald's?
Still going strong right now.
Yeah, next day, next week. It's one of those goals we all know we're not gonna do, but it just makes us feel good at the time, right? That's not attainable. That's not realistic. Make sure you set something that you know you're gonna stick to. Relevant. Goals should relate to your ultimate long-term goal. Why would I go and join a cheerleading squad if I can't do any lifts when I just want to go straight into being a data analyst? What does that have to do with me wanting to do data? Not a thing, right? Don't do something that doesn't relate to what you ultimately want to do. Time bound. Goals should have a time frame that creates a practical sense of urgency. Without it, the goal is unlikely to produce a relevant outcome. If you don't set a time frame to it, you're not going to finish it. If you don't say, I need to have this done by this date, you're not going to finish your goal. And set it a date that you can actually achieve it. If you set it tomorrow and it's this big long task that you know is going to take a while, you're not going to meet it. So set it to where you know it's going to take you time to get it done. Now we kind of went over this, and we probably don't have time to write it down. But I want you guys, for a second, as a group discussion, make 3 short-term goals. So 3 of you create 3 short-term goals and share them. And then I want some of you to share your long-term goals. So after seeing this today, what is your short-term goal that you want to have? To graduate? Okay. Anyone else? Buying a car?
By you?
Going to college? And what about a long-term goal? How could the goals we just heard be a long-term goal? You could buy a house, you're going to make money. So into buying a car, how's buying a car going to benefit your long-term goal?
You help you get a job,
You got to get
which will
somewhere,
help you
right?
get money,
You got to be
which
able
will
to
help
get
you
there.
make it.
Exactly. So that's the point of having goals. And you may have goals and not realize that it's a goal. Buying a car, getting a job, moving, having a family, those are all goals. You just don't probably realize that they are. So keep that in mind when you're planning on doing something. That's all I have on goals. You guys have a question about what we went over?
Okay, so we gave you a survey. We asked that you're honest with it, fill it out. We'll pick it up when you're leaving. I know we were kind of short on time. If you have any questions about anything about checking, savings, budgeting, goals, anything, reach out to Mr. Davis and let him know he can